It's me, Galen. Galen's got Parkinson's, and Galen's got some sort of plague. I don't know, a couple of days ago I made a video and I said I had a croaky throat, and whatever this is just fell on me like an avalanche of misery. But so I didn't do a video yesterday, and I suspect I'm going to have to heavily edit this one to cut out times when I choke half to death. And if I don't get to the end because I succumb, then hi, it's been nice knowing you. Could somebody volunteer to read, what's that poem? Is it Horatio at the Bridge? That's quite good. If you're looking for something to say. I've got a cough. Excuse me. Keeping that one in. I'm keeping that in just to prove what a massive effort I'm making to try and keep going. Galen's got Parkinson's, etc. I found myself recently, and it's relatively recently, if you look back on the other videos, of suddenly jumping up like there's a spring, and I don't know why I'm doing it. It's quite disconcerting. Yeah, none of this has got anything to do with the video. In fact, the video hasn't got a lot to do with much. But so anyway, that's where we're at. I'm starting to write a new campaign for real human beings, and I was thinking about that, and I thought, I've started this, so what I'll do is I'll do it, if you pardon the expression, with you, obviously with written consent. You know, I know the sort of world we live in. So yeah, so that's what I thought I might do. So, well, first thing we do is decide on our race. And I'm going to play it as near to how I played it in the 1970s, 77, 78, 79 period as I can manage. I'm not pretending it's authentic, because over the 50 years or so, things change in your mind, don't they? And I have more equipment now, and I have a build-up of knowledge now. So it isn't going to be just a reproduction of a 1978 game. Bearing in mind I only had one module, and that wasn't an ordinary module at the time. I had the Tomb of Horrors. I had no other knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons at the time. And I'd read Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I suppose I'd made the decision to set my fantasy in a world that I'd already begun to create in the 60s, that had been made with airfix soldiers, Timpo cowboys. But there was a world that existed, and we called them the boroughs. So my game took place in the boroughs, or burgs, the Saxon burgs, that idea. In the original game, my understanding was you could have 4 proper true races: halfling, maybe hobbit in the earlier games, but halfling, let's say, dwarf, elf, human. There were half elves, and I haven't got a problem with half elves, but I didn't include them in my game. And this assumption is that this is 4 pure races. In the module, you were told if you've got 4 players, you need one of them. Now, I didn't do that. I ignored that, and I would then say to my players, Be what you like. What do you want to be? Because that's part of the fun, isn't it? There's no point somebody telling you you've got to be a warrior when you want to be a thief, or you've got to be a magic user when you want to be a warrior. You want to be a dwarf, so they make you an elf. So I abandoned that very quickly. I think people have to choose their own races. Nowadays, I throw for socio-economic circumstances. So you choose, I want to be a dwarf, fantastic, throw a d20, what you got? 7. Okay, your family are this class, and I can work across and I can then tell you what they do, and I can tell you how much money their annual disposable income is. As an adventurer, you start off with 10% of what would be your disposable annual income. Oh, it's not good, because if you're right at the bottom of the heap, if you get a 1 on the d20, your disposable income is 2 gold pieces per annum, and you get 10%. So you are allowed 2 silver pieces. That's it. That's what you're taking with you on your entire journey. Off you go, son. Once I've done all that socio-economic things, there are stories they have to tell, because you have to throw to find out what's your status now. So you're a 7 on your socio-economic class when you're born, but what were you 100 years ago? Well, not you, but your family. For example, I am a retired headmaster. That would put me on a fairly reasonable sounding socio-economic bracket, wouldn't it? But 100 years ago, 1926, we were coal miners, and we had been coal miners for more than 100 years at that time. And before that, immediately before that, we were Irish labourers, navvies digging canals. And so 100 years ago, my socio-economic background is bottom of the heap. Not the very bottom of the heap, that would be a slave, but a really badly paid, impoverished peasant. You're looking at throwing perhaps a 2 annual disposable income then of about 4 or 5 gold pieces a year, depending on whether you're employed all year on specific projects. Now, as a retired upper echelon, I suppose, talking about the game, not about me, academic, that would sort of put me in the level 6, 7 bracket, with a disposable income of around 20,000 gold pieces a year. Explaining that story isn't too difficult, I suppose, but maybe in the context of the Dark Ages it becomes more complicated. But again, I'm not interested in truth. I like to say, I think I like to say this: story trumps reality, and story trumps rules. If you've got a good story, and if you're engaging in the game, and your level of knowledge or experience means you do these things, I am not criticising that. If you tell me you can do something, and you genuinely think that you can, because you've thought about it properly, you can. I'll make you throw a dice to just see, because there's always a chance, isn't there? There's a chance that the best climbers get lost on Everest. You're not invincible, but I wouldn't penalise you too heavily. I do think rules can spoil things. If it's too much, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to blah, blah, blah. I need to know exactly how much a hammer weighs, and I need to know exactly how much a club weighs, and exactly how much a rope weighs. Well, no, you don't. What I do for weight, we throw 3d6 for all of your characteristics. So strength, wisdom, So you can throw 3d6 for strength. Now, if you're a dwarf, you throw 4 because you're a bit stronger. If you're a halfling, you throw 2. That number is how much you weigh. It's how much you can carry in your backpack, because it's assumed everyone going on an adventure has a backpack. So if you've got 12, you can carry 12 items. I may well say, as Dungeon Master, oh, hang on a minute, that's 2 items, that's a biggie. Or that's, you're taking the Michael now, that's stupid. And if you want something like a horse, you've got to be able to pay for it. And people who can pay for it are going to be the upper classes. And they might not want to pay for it if they're not getting the value out of it. Just because someone in a party buys a pony and a wagon doesn't mean you're putting anything in it, you Herbert. Get off my wagon. Get off my wagon. What do you think you're doing? I think people back in olden days, proper olden days, when I were a lad, were mean as anything. I read somewhere, this might be rubbish, but I read somewhere that just round about the time of the plague, when things were seriously bad, there was like a mini ice age 7 years before. I'm talking about the Black Death, 1340s. So it was like a mini ice age. Brrr. And the landlords, in their infinite wisdom, put all the rents up. You know, you couldn't believe it, could you? I don't know. Nothing changes. I've done a video about how we adjust combat. I'll maybe put a little thingy on the end of here in a bit. I won't do it now because I need to lie down. I'm all poorly, I told you. Yeah, anyway, don't catch bugs. Stay well. Ta-ra, Chuck.